There are new reports that a federal grand jury may soon hear from Sean Diddy Combs' accusers.
Two sources close to the investigation tell us that a federal grand jury may soon hear from Diddy's accusers. Since November, Combs has been named in 8 civil lawsuits, 7 of them directly accusing him of assault.
Federal investigators are preparing to possibly bring witnesses in front of a federal grand jury in New York City.
Today, we have a truly explosive topic to discuss. It's about one of the biggest names in the music industry, Diddy, also known as Sean Combs. Recently, serious allegations have surfaced that could change everything. We're talking about assault allegations that are now set to be heard by a grand jury. So let's get into it. But before starting, subscribe to our channel and turn on notification bell so you get our latest videos. The story broke earlier this year when several individuals came forward with allegations of assault against Diddy. These claims have rocked the entertainment world and have serious implications for the music mogul. The allegations involve multiple instances of misconduct and assault spanning several years.
R&B singer Cassie has accused hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs of and a decade of. The two were romantically involved for years, but in a lawsuit made public today, Cassie says there was a pattern of control, drug use, and forced.
The accusers, whose identities are protected under privacy laws, claim that Combs used his power and influence to exploit them. These accusations are not just tabloid fodder. They have led to an official investigation. And now, it's been confirmed that a grand jury will hear the case. But what exactly does this mean? So what does it mean for these allegations to be heard by a grand jury? A grand jury is a legal body that is empowered to conduct official proceedings to investigate potential criminal conduct and determine whether criminal charges should be brought. In this context, the grand jury will review the evidence presented by the prosecutors and decide whether there is sufficient cause to indict Diddy on the charges of assault. This process is crucial because it determines whether the case will move forward to a criminal trial.
We are now hearing that federal investigators are preparing to possibly bring witnesses in front of a federal grand jury.
Now CNN says the feds are preparing to call witnesses to testify in front of a grand jury. But correspondent Elizabeth Wagmeister qualified it just a little bit.
What we have heard is that possible witnesses have been notified that they could be called to testify. Now, sources do caution that investigators are still in the process of gathering information. In fact, they are still calling in new witnesses, and they have called in some witnesses multiple times.
The grand jury's decision will have a significant impact on Diddy's future. As the investigation intensified, authorities conducted several raids in 2024 that further escalated the situation. These raids were aimed at gathering evidence related to the allegations.
Raid carried out by dozens of Homeland Security agents at Sean Diddy Combs' home in Holmby Hills Monday, raising questions.
It's safe to say not a lot of people know what's going on, and I'll bet he doesn't really know what's going on either.
Later came to find out it was owned by Sean Diddy Combs, and federal agents were raiding it in this federal trafficking investigation. And then we got the news that the very same thing was happening across the country at yet another residence of Diddy there.
In a series of coordinated actions, law enforcement officials raided multiple properties owned by Diddy. These included his homes, offices, and other locations connected to him. The raids were conducted to secure documents, electronic devices, and other potential evidence that could substantiate the allegations. It was a necessary step to ensure that all relevant information is available for the grand jury proceedings. The raids were a significant development and demonstrated the seriousness with which the authorities are treating these allegations. But how has Diddy responded to all this? Diddy has denied the allegations. Through his legal team, he has maintained his innocence and described the accusations as baseless. Diddy's attorneys have released several statements asserting that their client is the target of a malicious campaign aimed at tarnishing his reputation and career.
His lawyer is calling the searches a gross overuse of military-level force and nothing more than a witch hunt based on meritless accusations made in civil lawsuits. The show of force was intense. Federal agents dressed in fatigues, wearing helmets and carrying guns, and military-grade vehicles. Diddy's two sons were handcuffed but later released and not charged. There is no excuse for the excessive show of force and hostility exhibited by authorities or the way his children and employees were treated.
They argue that the allegations are unfounded and that Diddy will be fully vindicated in court. Despite his denials, the legal battles are far from over. Let's now turn our attention to the lawsuits that have been filed against Diddy. In addition to the criminal investigation, Diddy is facing multiple civil lawsuits related to the same allegations of misconduct. These lawsuits could have significant financial and reputational consequences for him. These lawsuits add another layer of complexity to the situation. Diddy is not only fighting to clear his name in criminal court, but also to protect his financial interests and reputation in the civil courts. The allegations and ensuing legal battles have already started to impact Diddy's career and public image. Fans and colleagues in the music industry are divided. While some stand by him, others have distanced themselves, awaiting the outcome of the legal proceedings. The accusations have also affected his business ventures, with some partners reevaluating their associations with him. The allegations against Diddy are serious enough to potentially derail his career. Even if he is not convicted, the damage to his reputation could be long-lasting. Brands and collaborators may choose to sever ties to avoid any negative publicity associated with the allegations. The court of public opinion can be just as influential as the legal system. The outcome of these proceedings will likely have a profound impact on Diddy's legacy. Thanks for joining us today as we unpacked this intense and multifaceted issue. It's a reminder of how quickly the tides can turn, even for someone as influential as Diddy. What are your thoughts on these allegations and the legal battles ahead? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth coverage of the latest news in entertainment. And hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, stay informed and take care.